Okay, hello to the first lesson of the Dutch language. I hope you will like this lesson and, for example, you will share it with your friends. Anyway, let's start with some basics right away. So let's say I want to express something like my name is I am. So uh, before we start, I would tell you something about the Dutch language. Well, as you probably know, the Dutch language is a Germanic language just like English. So you will find some similarities and um, some words which are really similar to English ones. So don't worry, the Dutch language is in any case really friendly to the speakers of the English language. So that's why it is easy to learn it, at least in my opinion. So anyway, let's start it. Okay, my name is. Would be really similar. Um, mijn, naam is, mijn naam is, mijn naam is. Okay, I don't want to tell you my name because my name is Slavic. My name is, well, not Czech. I am Czech, but Miroslav is actually a Polish name. So let's say a really common name in the Netherlands is Jesse, for example. By the way, it's the name of my teacher in Prague. Mijn naam is Jesse. Mijn naam is Jesse. Okay, let's say we want to ask somebody what the name is of the person. So let's say, what's your name? Would be like this. As you can see, the second alternative is actually the literal translation of what is your name, what's your name. And as you can see, but is what. Is as we had right here, what is je. As you can see, it's not only a personal pronoun, but it's also possessive pronoun. So, wat is your naam? Wat is je naam? Wat is je naam? The answer, mijn naam is Jesse. And so on. Okay, mijn naam is, wat is je naam? Mijn naam is Jesse. Okay, but let's concentrate a little bit on the first possibility, which is who. Who. It's pronounced like oo sound. O plus E is oo. Who. And as you probably guess, it's actually how. Okay, so who, and now we have verb heten. Unfortunately, we don't have a verb in English uh, for it, but let's say to be called. To be called. Heten. And in the second person singular, it's hate. Who hate you? So literally, it's how are you called? How hate to be called hate you. Maybe if you speak French, well, we can use it. Comment tu t'appelles? And as you can see, appeler in French is actually heten in Dutch. So, hoe heet je? Wat is je naam? Mijn naam is Sisse. And the answer to this alternative, hoe heet je, would be ik heet and my name. So as you can see, it's really easy, at least now when we are focusing on the basics, on the very basics of the Dutch language. Ik heet. Okay, and I'm going to use my name, okay? Ik heet Miroslav. Okay, let's say we want to say hello to someone. The Dutch people, of course, they have many possibilities how to express it. But okay, if you want to be informal, you might say, for example, hoi. Hoi. Not so difficult. Or hi, just like in English. Or okay, if you would be in the Netherlands, well, for example, they say dag. Or okay, hoi, hi, dag, and hello, actually. Yes. If you want to specify, for example, to say like good day or good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Okay, we can discuss it right now. Okay, so let's say we want to say good morning. Goede. Okay, the N is not pronounced. Well, it's actually not the rule, not the official rule, because in some parts of the Netherlands you will hear it, the N at the end of the word. But for example, in Amsterdam, nobody say goeden. Okay, so goede. Goede morgen. Goedemorgen. Goedemorgen. Or sometimes you can even hear the short version. Morgen, morgen. Okay, goedemorgen. Or sometimes, and it would be rather informal, they might say, goeiemorgen, goeiemorgen. Okay, and of course, morgen means morning. Goedemorgen, goeiemorgen. Okay, let's say good afternoon. Literally, good noon actually. Goedemiddag. Goedemiddag. So again we start with like good and middag, and I'm going to explain it right away why they say middag. It's actually midden, and as you probably guess, it's middle, yes, in the middle of the day actually. So and dag, of course, day, middag, goedemiddag, goedemiddag. Okay, let's say good evening would be goede, and evening means avond. Avond. So as you can see, V is pronounced like F. For example, in the word five, which is five. But in some parts of the Netherlands, of course, sometimes you might hear also vijf, vijf. Okay, I'm not the expert, you know, about the pronunciation, but I certainly heard it, and you know, but just a little difference, you know, but I would say more people say like five, and definitely in this word evening they say F, I would say, yes. Goede avond. Goede avond. Okay, now let's say you want to ask somebody how it's going. They say, for example, hoe gaat het met jou? Hoe gaat het met jou? Or hoe gaat het met u? Okay, let's. Hoe gaat het met je, jou, also possible. Or hoe gaat het met u? The difference is, if you say hoe gaat het met u, it's really formal. It's like how is it going, sir? How is it going, ma'am? Hoe gaat het met u? But if you want to be informal, you would say hoe gaat het met je? Hoe gaat het met jou? Jou, je. Hoe gaat het met je? Hoe gaat het met jou? The literal meaning is how goes, or let's say is going. So the third person singular. How goes, how is going, and het means it. Met means with. And je, jou, it's clear what it means. So how goes, how is going with you, literally. It might sound strange for English-speaking people in the world, but this is just the way how they speak in the Netherlands. Yes. So, hoe gaat het met jou? Hoe gaat het met u? And the answer would be het gaat goed. Het gaat goed. And usually, well, not usually, but sometimes you may also add thank you. So if we want to, if we are formal, we would say dank u. Like thank you sir, thank you ma'am, dank u. But if I'm speaking to a familiar person, of course I want to be informal, so I would say dank je. So informal version and formal version. Dank u. Het gaat goed, comma, dank je, dank u. Okay, I think it's enough for this lesson, and see you in the next lesson. Bye.